You want your fearful, anxious, reactive dog to just trust you, to just rely on you, but you're not making it possible for your dog. And I'm telling you why, because this has happened to me as well as most of my clients. So this is really, really common. Now, for a moment, let's think about what it takes us to trust somebody. All right, let's imagine we are in a new relationship and we really like the person, but this person kind of tends to push us into moving a little bit too fast. We like them, but we kind of constantly feel like we have to protect ourselves, or otherwise we would find ourselves doing things we are not ready to do yet. And yes, this sounds like a teenage movie, but if we are honest, it happens to adult relationships as well, right? One of the partners wants to move in, the other is not ready. One of the partners wants to have kids, the other is not ready. One of the partners wants to get married, the other is not ready. There are a gazillion of examples. Now, what if that person was most of the time really, really nice, but there are some moments where that person gets into a mood. Suddenly, things that are usually no problem become huge issues, and you get into fights, and that person becomes really, really mean and yells at you or intimidates you a little bit. You feel kind of threatened by that person, even though you know this person is not dangerous, but you feel a little bit intimidated because they might be coming at you really, really strongly for things you do, or just small things that are out of order from that person's point of view. Like you haven't filled the dishwasher like the person likes to do it, or you haven't closed the toothpaste, or you have left the laundry out, or whatever. So things that are usually not that big of a deal, but sometimes they lead to these huge outbursts. But whenever you ask that person, what's wrong, what did I do wrong, that person would not explain anything to you. They would just go into these moods, right? Would you trust that person? Then why are you doing it to your dog? And this might not be you, but it's most dog parents. And the thing is, we humans don't always know how to control ourselves very, very well around our dogs. So if we're in a good mood and our dogs misbehave, we might just laugh it off, right? We might just be okay with it. And if we have anxious dogs or reactive dogs and we see them go crazy on leash, for example, and we are in a good mood, we might just ignore it. Now, if we're in a bad mood, are we still able to ignore it? Or might we try a different approach? Maybe because we're not quite sure what to do yet. We might start yelling at the dog. We might start blocking the dog. We might yank the leash or whatever. So we're not consistent in what we're doing. And if we go back to the example of being overwhelmed by our partners, and pushed into doing something we don't want to do, and that kind of influences how likely we are able to trust a person or not. We do the same with our dogs. So are you always asking your dog if it's okay to touch him? Or better yet, let your dog decide whenever they want to get snugglies? Are you always aware of your dog's body language? Because they cannot say, I don't like this. They can only show you they don't like this. Are you sure you see whenever they don't like something? Are you sure you're not using your human needs and push them onto your dog, like hugging the dog, kissing the dog? I see that so often. Dogs don't like that, but we humans still do it. Are you trying to pet your dog while they are in their bed? Or are you waiting for your dog to come to you? Now, if you have a very anxious dog who is still hiding somewhere and very afraid of you, are you willing to keep your distance and not push it? If not, it is not possible for your dog to learn to trust you because you're constantly pushing. Now, if you have a dog who is a little bit more open, but there is just those little situations like yelling at other dogs on leash reactivity, right? If you're constantly bringing your dog in situations that are too much, too overwhelming, same situation, right? Same thing. So you are bringing your dog in those situations. Your dog's not the one who plans the walk. Maybe you let your dog walk wherever your dog wants to walk, but you still have a leash attached, right? So tell me in the comments if this is completely different for you. I would love to know. And also if it's just specific situations or if it's overall anxiety. Now, what you can do to change this is, first of all, let your dog decide. So let your dog decide when and how to interact. So snugglies, yes or no, and if yes, how. All right. So whenever you pet your dog, take your hand away, wait a few seconds, wait for your dog to actually ask you to continue. That can be a look, it can be nudging you, it can be licking your hand, anything like that. Then it's okay for you to continue. If your dog doesn't do anything, then it might be time to take your hands away. Doesn't mean you have to move away from your dog, but just keep your hands away and see what happens. If your dog is still in hiding and doesn't want to have anything to do with you, try to add little challenges that give your dog a positive experience with you, your voice, your smell, but do not overwhelm your dog. And if your presence in the same house is overwhelming for your dog, you might need medication. Now, if you want me to take a look at it and have a really individually tailored plan for your dog and his anxiety and your relationship, go to the description, book a free call, we see how I can help. If you need medication, I will send you to a vet behaviorist for an assessment and to find out what medication you will need. I cannot do that, I'm not a vet, but I can send you if it's necessary. You still need training. Right? The little challenges can be as simple as taking a cardboard box, putting a treat in, giving it to your dog. It can be introducing a marker signal. You don't have to look at your dog while doing that. You don't have to stay in the same room with your dog while doing that. You can just walk past, say your marker signal, throw a treat, walk away. It can be as easy as that. For the reactivity, try to see whenever your dog starts to get worried. Those first signs will prevent you from overwhelming your dog. Now, as soon as you see these signs, you need to offer your dog some way out, right? Because your dog's lunging, barking, growling, because this is too much. It is too close and it's not okay. So if you offer your dog another way out and you do this often enough, and you also provide your dog with possibilities to fulfill his needs and have social contact and all those things, right? It's not only one thing, it's more than one thing. Then you can have your dog trust you over time. It will not work from one day to another, right? Your dog will not see, oh, this worked one time and now I can trust her fully. No, this is not how it works. Trust needs to build. But if you invest a little bit of time, trust the process and honor your dog's boundaries, respect what your dog's telling you, you will have the trusting relationship you absolutely want and deserve with your dog. And if you want to have more games you can play with your dog that increase trust so you can get there faster, watch this.